guys, welcome back to Style of Substance and welcome to this Sunday's really short video on how to find your personal style and how to look stylish in your own way. I'm just going to be sharing my experience of pretty much how I sort of evolved over the years and came to finding my personal style, and also just share some of my tips and tricks that you guys can employ to figure out what it is you feel the most comfortable in fashion wise. So if you like the sound of that, then please keep watching. I guess the phrase personal style it does exactly what it says on the tin. It's very personal and specific to you, but generally how people find their personal style is taking inspiration from other sources, whether that be what's in the magazines, what models are wearing, what designers are creating, what bloggers are wearing, and then basically adapting that to fit your style. Although for some people personal style is completely original, it's completely innovative. I guess as far as my journey is concerned, I as a child kind of grew up with my mum very much taking an active role in what we would wear, what clothes she would buy for us, etc. Like most little girls do. And she would dress me in a very feminine way, so lots of, well, when I let her, lots of dresses, lots of sort of cute pastel colours and sometimes really deep, rich tones as well, which I think worked quite well. But also she would dress myself and my sister on occasion in similar looks, just sort of tailoring each item to our sort of, I guess, aesthetic. So my sister was very much into really the sort of adorable, cutesy style, whereas I was kind of more that sort of elegant, very Victorian style. But that's probably between the ages of like 0 or whatever to 8, and then between the ages of sort of 8 and 15 I very much evolved into like a tomboy style. So loads of like tracksuits, baggy trousers, sportswear, t-shirts, like everything very loose fitting, trainers, caps, whatever, sweatbands. I did it all. That very much represented the phase I was going through in my life. So I was at school, I was very active, doing a lot of sports after school and in school. And I just felt like my personal style should reflect that and should be an extension of that. And I didn't want to be in anything that was too restrictive, too tight. It just kind of stopped me from moving freely. And then things changed again. So from the ages of about 16 to 18, I started to transition out of that tomboy phase into sort of more denim and kind of more casual wear looks. And then from sort of 18 up until present day, 29, I have very much found my style in very tailored, very office style looks, but kind of dressed down in a casual way and paired up with lots of accessories. Accessories has always been a very big thing in my personal style since the last sort of 6 to 8 years or so. So that's kind of like a little insight into my personal style journey. And I would definitely say that a big part of being able to find my personal style was through experimentation. So trying loads of different styles and fabrics and textures and colours and shades of clothing and figuring out which I felt best in, which I felt most comfortable in, which I got the most compliments on, because I hate to say it, but it does make a huge difference when you put on an outfit that you're not 100% about and people do give you positive feedback. It generally encourages you to continue along that sort of line of dressing. So yeah, it was all about, for me, initially just experimenting with loads of different styles and seeing which works best for me. And I think your personal style evolves as you do, because as a woman especially, your body will change over the years, and what might look good when you are more of a slender frame might change if you become, more of a fuller figured frame and very voluptuous. Some of the clothes that you can wear as a result of the changes in your body, it's going to be different. So I think personal style is something that should evolve as you do and as you grow and as you mature. But at the same time, there are always elements of that will remain true to you and that will bring out aspects of your personality. So I think the reason why I've always loved the sort of office casual style or office casual chic, whatever you want to call it, which is, I guess, my personal style, is because it reflects a big chunk of my life. I know I'm always going to be in an office or kind of working in that way where I kind of need to dress very professionally and very clean cut and, very smart basically. And I feel like no matter how my body evolves, that will always be my style because that is the constant. But perhaps sometimes the style of clothes, maybe like the style of skirt or trousers or the cut of a blazer or a shirt that I might wear, is what might change over time. So it's about experimentation, it's about evolving with your body and with the times. Trends do come into it because I think from trends we pick and choose which we want to take and implement into our own personal style. I don't always follow the bigger trends just because my style is very, I'm going to say timeless and classic, so it doesn't really change so much. But I think in terms of materials and textures that people are wearing, I do tend to drop those in and try and keep up with what people are wearing, what people are liking. And accessories, I think, is where I will pay most attention to trends, like what handbags are in, what kind of watches are in, what jewellery people are liking at the moment. That's sort of where I would definitely follow trends. And finally, I would say I think colour should be a huge part of what makes up your personal style, because we're all different, you know, shades and tones and colours, and different colours are going to complement our skin tones completely differently. So I think it is so important. I remember when I first started my channel, and actually when I probably first started work, I was very much restricted to like navy blues, your blacks, your greys, white in shirts, but very much sticking to that colour palette and not going anything outside that. I didn't really start experimenting with colour until probably about 2 to 3 years ago, and that's in my makeup, that's in my wardrobe. Actually, a really great experience I had when I was working at Microsoft. We had a day out where we went to Wembley Stadium, and we had these, I guess they were called like colour consultants or clothing or whatever, fashion consultants come in, and it was all, because our team was all women, it was an events team, and they came in and they basically took each one of us and sort of talked us through what colours best complemented our skin tone, whether that was with regards to clothes or makeup. And it was from them that I discovered that really deep, rich colours really bring out my features, bring out the glow in my skin. And that was where I really started to understand, okay, if I really want a look to pop and I want to go outside of black, I can wear like a deep burgundy red or a really royal blue or a really rich emerald green, like just really getting an understanding of what colours work well for me, and then injecting those into my wardrobe in maybe outerwear or in the form of sort of jumpers, things like that, things that I don't necessarily wear, you know, just on my body. And that was really crucial. And I think if you get an understanding of what colours and what particular shades and tones of a colour work for you, then you kind of take your personal style to the next level. The other thing is prints as well. I would kind of lump that in together, prints and materials, because certain materials and certain prints don't always work depending on what your aesthetic is. So experimenting with those and, you know, trying out lots of different materials and fabrics is just the way to do it. So I think it's an exploratory process, and it's also very evolutionary. It's going to change over time. What you like in one decade you may completely hate in the next decade, and then it will probably come back into fashion the following decade. So fashion is very cyclical, but your style is something that evolves with you over time. That's a really great quote. Just thought of that on the spot. So yeah, that is essentially how I found my personal style, and I think that is how to be truly stylish as far as you're concerned. It has to be very specific to you, because I feel like our style is how we make our mark, it's how we present ourselves. It's the first impression that somebody would get of us, and for me it's very important for that to be an accurate reflection of who you are. I hope you guys have enjoyed that really short video. It is just my thoughts, and that's just my approach. If you want to share your experiences of finding and discovering your personal style, if you're still on the journey or still got questions, then leave them down below. Come follow me on Instagram, because I do post loads of outfit pictures on there, so you can kind of see the evolution of my personal style or follow along on the journey, because it's ongoing. This is one of 2 videos today. I have also just written a very personal blog post, and it was a very long overdue blog post because I think the last one I posted was like 7 months ago, like back in May. So do go check that out. I'll have linked it in the description box below. It is all about the art of healing and how to kind of get through difficult and troubled times. So if you are feeling like you're going through something at the moment, hopefully you can find some solace in today's blog post. Otherwise, thank you so much guys for watching, and I hope you're all really excited for Christmas. I will endeavour to keep to my schedule, which is 2 videos on a Sunday and a video on a Wednesday. I will see you in the next one. Bye!